What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Jack, and I'm back with another episode of A Daily Dose. Today, we're going to be talking about loyalty and commitment. And I have a few videos that give great context on why the contract between men and women have been broken. Before we get into it, I want to give credit to the original content creator. And if you want to watch the video without my commentary, the link will be in the video description below. Now, without further ado, let's get into it.
Society does not worry about men who fail. Society worries about men who win on their own terms. Think about that for a moment, because it is the key that unlocks every worried headline, every concerned think piece, every urgent policy conversation, every alarmed demographic report that has been produced in the last 5 years about the rise of single men. When a man fails, when he is struggling, isolated, depressed, disconnected, unemployed, adrift, the institutions that observe him are not particularly alarmed. They generate concern, they produce programs, they write reports, but they are not afraid. They are afraid of something else entirely. They are afraid of the man who is not struggling, who is not adrift, who looked at the social contract on offer, calculated the terms and made a clear-eyed, self-respecting, completely voluntary decision to decline it, who is living alone and building something extraordinary, who has redirected the time and money and emotional energy that the expected path would have consumed into his own physical excellence, his own financial independence, his own creative work, his own genuine friendships, his own compounding daily peace. That man does not need rescuing.
Okay, let's stop it there. That's a great place to stop it. That man does not need rescuing. So in the beginning, he said he talked about the social contract. Let's add more context to that. What is a social contract? That social contract was man meets woman, they get married, they have kids, the man provides, the woman takes care of the home, and because they can work, they work as well now. But that's because of inflation. Inflation went up because they went into the workforce. More taxes. That's a video in itself, right? I don't want to get too far into that. So let's stay on the social contract. That contract has been broken, right? And we can see that because of the internet. Thank God. It's been a blessing. Now, that's a gift and a curse, but so is everything else. There's pros and cons to everything. We're fortunate enough to see how life plays out if you accept that social contract. And what do I mean by that? Because of the internet, we're able to communicate and see other people's stories, right? And then compare notes. This is nothing that you haven't heard from, I'm pretty sure, other content creators, right? But obviously I want to give my perspective on it because this is my channel. So you get into a relationship or and then it eventually turns into marriage, because everybody, even if the woman doesn't ask you about it, society is gonna assume that's the direction that it's supposed to go in, because those are the social standards set by the social contract. But if you see how that plays out, i.e., once you get married, and I have nothing against marriage if you get married to the right person. However, there is no way to know that, right? I'm not going to pretend like there's a way to know that. There's no way that you know that, right? So what are the pros versus the cons? Well, from the man perspective, and I'm going to speak to the man's perspective because this is a channel for men, I'm pretty sure women, they have their perspective. Obviously they do, and they feel like they're giving up the most. But the man is always paying. You pay for everything from the moment you meet this woman and you take her on the first date. Now you're literally on the pay clock, and it never ends. It never ends. And it actually, the payments get bigger and bigger over time, right? Because you have to pay for a house. You got to make sure she has a nice car, you have a reliable car. This is usually what happens. But if you want nice things and she wants nice things, That's more money. That's a bigger payment. Same thing with the kids, right? Then you have to provide for kids, 1, 2, 3, 4 kids, right? You have to save for retirement. You have to have money for vacations, for after school programs, extracurricular activities, right? For not only yourself and your wife, because you got to keep dating her, and you got to have that money for your kids. On top of that, you got to keep yourself together, right? You see how it piles up, right? But that contract has been broken because after funding all of that for 10, 15 years, then she can turn around at any point and just leave you and take half of whatever you got left. And it's actually more than half because you're most likely going to be paying lawyer fees for yourself, obviously, and her. And then I put together like this little compilation. I just want to insert that here, and then we'll talk about it after. So let's look at that.
I like a man with money. A man to take care of me. A man that pays bills and takes care of the business. And I just sit back and be a princess. Yeah.
So you would still want to chasing your goals or still be working, right? You're still hustling, right?
Of course.
Oh, okay.
But if I have a man, I want him to take care of me.
No, okay. So you'd be saving your money?
Yes.
Oh.
Yes.
Okay. So like, would you like handle like the house and everything?
Absolutely not.
Huh?
No. That's what maids are for.
That's what maids are for.
Yeah.
So
Chefs,
hold on. So if your man taking care of the whole household, right? You can't like just go ahead and take care of like cooking for your man or cleaning for your man?
Girl.
Huh?
I'm just a girl.
What that's supposed to mean? You laughing? What that's supposed to mean though?
I'm just a girl.
You just a girl.
Yes.
So like, what type of man you like? Like, what's your type?
I like rich men, which is why I don't understand why I've been putting up with this guy for so long.
Oh, okay. So why you want to talk to me now though? Like,
because I feel like you like together.
I mean, I can have my, but like, what it's doing for you though?
I just feel like you give off like, I don't know, like masculine energy.
Oh, okay.
In being that you can like be a provider.
Nah. See, I could be provided for like my woman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
someone that actually deserve it, you know.
Yeah, I feel like I deserve
Just make my life easier, then make her life easier, but it gotta make sense though.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, I get that.
So you want a provider?
Yeah, for sure.
So what are you doing to deserve that though?
I mean, at work, I feel like I take care of like what I need to take care of. But honestly, if like I had it my way, I wouldn't need the work and I wouldn't need to do anything, and I would just be taken care of by a man.
Oh, so you want a man to take care of your life?
Yeah.
Well, I'm saying like, what are you doing to deserve that? Like, why would a man want to choose you and basically provide for you?
Probably because I'm pretty.
There's a lot of pretty girls out here.
True. I guess, but they're not me.
You got any kids?
Yeah.
Yeah? One kid? Oh, okay. You single?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. You sure you're single?
Yes.
What you saying when you say provide? What do you mean it's a lot?
So basically I expect somebody that, you know, could take care of all my bills, anything I need, you know, provide everything I need, no questions asked. Somebody that could spend.
So what are you doing to deserve that?
Nothing.
What you mean, nothing?
You don't see how I look?
So what?
What do you mean, so what?
So what? I'm looking at you right now.
Mm-hmm.
And you're not worth all that.
You don't think it's worth spending?
Hell nah. To be honest, hell nah.
What you look for in a woman?
It's more than just looks though.
But what do you look for in a woman?
You gotta have a good mindset. I'm looking for a high quality woman, you know? That's a hustler. You know what I'm saying?
What? That's what I would have you for.
Have me for? What you mean have me for? You don't want to just depend on your man only though. You know what I'm saying?
Why not?
What you mean why you just don't want to? What if things go left, then what?
Then he gonna figure it out. That's what men are for.
No, I'm saying what things go left, like y'all not working out, then what? You depend on the man the whole time, depend on the man to take care of your life. But if y'all don't work out and go y'all separate ways,
then I'm gonna go find another one.
Go find another man. Oh, okay. So that's what you do then. You try to find a man.
Who gonna take
high quality man who take care of you then. So what do you
afford it?
Who can afford it? But like what do you bring to the table though for a man to do that for you?
My looks.
Oh, okay. But are you cooking for your man though?
No.
Why you make that feel like no? Like why you say it like that? That's why I should have said like, what do you mean though?
So why he can't take me out to eat?
Take you out to eat? So you don't want to cook for your man?
No. That's just not something I do. I don't know how to cook. I don't cook.
You don't know how to cook, but you don't want to learn how to cook. You got all the time of day to cook. And learn how to cook.
Maybe later on in the future, but right now, no. No, I'd rather go out to eat, like, fancy dinner, stuff like that.
So do you got fancy dinners money then?
No, that's what I'm looking for a guy to do for me.
Okay. So, and real quick, I want to make a disclaimer. Obviously, this is not all women. All women aren't like this. I get that. However, these are the women that are coming up, and then the women in their 30s, they're the same. Like, they don't really know how to cook, right? They're masculine because they work and everything like that. So what are you getting? What are you getting for making all that sacrifice? And then you heard them. They think that being pretty and just having a box is enough, right? Their money's their money. Your money is our money, and you're paying for everything. What are you getting? What are you getting? And then the one at the end, which is the most egregious, this is a baby mama, and it doesn't matter if they all think that they're God's gift to earth, right? Because they somewhat cute, right? Some of them. And, they got that thing between their legs, and they can reproduce a child, which you need help with, right? Yeah, you still need the male component to it, but the male component is still keeping you both alive. So what is the point, or how big of a gift is it if you can just birth it, but it's gonna not survive? Let's get back into the video.
That man does not need fixing. That man does not need the institutions that were designed around the assumption that he would always participate in the structures they built to serve. And that man, that specific, growing, increasingly impossible to dismiss man, is what the worried headlines are actually about. Not the failing man, the winning man. The man who is winning on his own terms, in his own space, by his own definition of what a good life looks like. The man the system did not predict. The man the system does not know how to absorb.
And real quick, I want to stop it here, and then I'll let it play for a bit longer. That guy, yeah, that's the guy I'm talking about. If you see that before you're married, because we often make decisions before we know or have all the information, right? And only, again, thank God for the internet, we can see that road down. Like, whoa, wait a minute, do I really want to do that, right? And think about what you have to do. You have to be physically attractive all the time. These are non-negotiables, right? And this is for any guy. It doesn't matter how tall you are, how much money you have, how good looking you are. Your body has to stay. You have to be in physically good shape, right? Good to great shape. And your money has to be on point, right? And I mean, you have to be experienced in life, a rock, unshakable, right? All the problems are going to be on you. You're the captain of the ship. Everybody blames the captain when the ship has problems, runs aground, gets attacked, whatever. If the ship goes down, the captain's supposed to go down with the ship. The captain is to blame, right? The captain is the first person to get fired. Trust me, I know from personal experience, right? We get a little further into this channel, I'll share that story with you, because I did serve in the United States Navy, and I was on a ship where the captain got fired because something bad happened, and he was the first to go. I actually flew him off the ship. So I know, again, from firsthand experience. But going back to it, if you're not getting anything for taking on all that risk, why do it, right? And the thing is this is going to be a society problem, because from my personal experience, women tend to not save money. They tend not to prioritize future assets. They pretty much live for the now. This is why they always want to go on vacation and, be glammed up all the time, not understanding that, hey, listen, your money has to be working for you, especially now. It's so important. Your money has to be working for you at all times. It has to be earning passively, right? And compound interest is your greatest friend. So if they're not prepared for that, and there are plenty of videos that are out saying that they're going to be 50% of women are going to be single and childless by 2030. I think it's going to be higher than that because the internet is the amplifier, right? So let's just say 10%. Let's say it's a 10% amplifier. Now you're at 60%. You have a major problem on your hands. You have all these women that no man took on, which is what was supposed to happen with the social contract, but that contract is now broken. So now all of that responsibility is going to fall back on daddy government. And the only thing that they're going to do is tax the people more, right? Again, that's a video for another day, because going down that rabbit hole, I just want to give you a little bit, right? Because I don't want to keep this video, I don't want this video to be an hour, right? I want to take a little bit of your time. You're giving me a little bit of your time by watching this video. I want to give you some good information in my take, and then we move on. Let's continue.
The man who, by simply living his life without asking anyone's permission, is exposing something about the system that the system would very much prefer to keep unexposed. Today, we're going to go into that fear, not to celebrate it, to understand it, to name, precisely and without flinching, what the institutions and the culture and the mainstream narrative are actually afraid of. What the rise of self-directed, deliberately single men reveals about the systems that were built around their participation, and why understanding that fear is one of the most empowering things a man who is living this life can do. Because when you understand what they are afraid of, you understand something important. They are afraid of you because you are winning. Before we examine the fear, we need to establish the scale of what is producing it. Because the institutions are not afraid of a statistical footnote. They are afraid of a civilizational shift. According to Pew Research Center analysis, one of the most widely cited demographic institutions in the United States, more than 60% of men under 40 in America reported being single, with a majority not actively seeking a relationship. That number has been growing consistently for years. The marriage rate in the United Kingdom has fallen to its lowest level since 1895. In South Korea, marriages have collapsed to historic lows. In Japan, China, Germany, Canada, and virtually every developed nation simultaneously, the same pattern is playing out. Men, in growing numbers, are opting out of the traditional partnership structure.
And real quick, I want to stop it there. We have to look at the common denominator. And, again, I'm not blaming, the opposite gender, right? I don't want to blame them because we were all lied to. We were all lied to and sold something for profit, really. We were completely sold out, right? And now the truth is being revealed and the chickens are coming home to roost. And before we go any further, guys, if you can, like the video, leave me a comment on what you think about what I've said so far. If you disagree, agree. Share the video if you can. If not, I understand. And I think I'm going to do a part 2 to this because I want to definitely get through this entirety. And we're not going to... This video is already getting kind of long, so I'm going to go for a few more minutes and then I'll have a part 2 to this video because I think that this is very important to understand moving forward as men, especially if you're a man on your purpose and you're trying to achieve. You need to understand this because you need to understand your value and power. Really grasp that.
And here is the detail that turns the demographic statistics into something that genuinely unsettles the people reading them. These are not the men who cannot find partners. These are not the men who are struggling to attract interest. A significant and growing proportion of the men in these statistics are men who made a deliberate, informed, self-aware decision. Men who looked at what the system was offering, calculated what it would cost, weighed it against what it would return, and arrived at a conclusion that the system did not design for. Not inadequacy, not inability, a decision. And it is that decision, voluntary, considered, increasingly common across different cultures and different age groups and different economic circumstances, that's producing the specific quality of institutional alarm that this video is about. Because the system can manage failing men. It has programs for failing men, narratives for failing men, institutions for failing men. What the system cannot easily manage is men who are not failing, who are, by the evidence of their own daily lives, flourishing, who have found a model of existence that does not require the system's approval or the system's infrastructure or the system's validation to sustain itself. That is what the numbers represent, not a crisis of male inadequacy, a crisis of institutional relevance. I want to tell you about Alex. Alex is 35. He has been single and deliberately so for 3 years. He made the choice at 32 after a period of honest self-examination that he describes as the most intellectually rigorous thing he has ever done with his mind. He looked at the evidence available to him, his own relationship history, the relationship histories of the men around him, the data on divorce outcomes, the observable patterns of how modern partnership tends to evolve over years, and he arrived at a conclusion that surprised him in its clarity and in its completeness. He did not want what the system was selling, not right now, not in the form it was being offered, not at the cost it was clearly going to extract. What followed was not a dramatic announcement. It was a quiet redirection of everything that had been oriented toward the expected path.
Okay, I think I'm going to stop it there. Again, this is a great video. I'm definitely going to do a part 2 to this because a lot of men are living this story or narration, if you will, currently, right? When you evaluate what you get versus what you give up, right? And again, this is all credit to the internet and men having the courage to share their stories, their downfalls, the messed up things that have happened to them, right? And, you know, some of the good things that came out of it as well. But yeah, this is a real issue and we're living in it. And I want to see what they're going to try to do to try to course correct, because you have to course correct for something like this. As the years go on, I mean, you see videos of women just complaining about men all the time. You don't see that same amount of videos about men complaining about women, right? Because men are just going to adapt. We already understand. Nobody cares. Nobody's going to come to try to save you. Nobody's going to cater to you. But we are going to see that shift within this lifetime to where they will have to cater to the men because the men have all the money, right? Or the men spend the money, fun things. They just buy makeup, hair, nails. They fund those industries, right? But we maintain structure, order, balance, and yeah. So I think I'm gonna leave it here. Hope you guys got something out of it. Again, like, comment, subscribe, share if you can. If not, I understand. Until the next video, guys. Peace.